A new travel companion and a German village in Wales. Part 1. Caleb the cameraman. Surprised! It is raining in Wales, but the birds don't seem to mind. Well, I'm going to brave the weather and I'm going down to Gwendolyn because I have a new travelling companion. Let's go and see what it's all about. There's Gwendolyn, tucked underneath the trees. It's a shame really because it gets really mucky, but let's go inside now. There we go. And there's Muriel, my one of my travelling companions, and we'll get inside, get some lights on. There's Monty, and this in here is my new travelling companion, our travelling companion, isn't it? Hey, yeah. And it is Caleb the cameraman. Let's go there and see what it's all about. And here we go. What do you think of this then? Hey, shall we open it up now? Yes. Okay. You just sit over there a minute. And there we have it. Hoverair X1 with battery charger unit with fast charging and 2 batteries. And I thought it came in a little pouch, but obviously it doesn't unless the pouch is in here. Now let's have a look at that. Packaging. And what looks like it could be, just what's in there? The instructions. We have a quick start guide. And here we have the cameraman. Now I'm not going to try and do a demonstration of this because A, I've never used it myself, and secondly, there's loads and loads of videos on how to do it. There's something else in this box here. Let's see what we've got in there. Oh, there's the pouch for it. Okay, we have the pouch and charging cable. Just folds up, see, like that. Stick it in your pocket. Now, I've been watching numerous videos on this little machine, and none of them showed you about the battery. Or I found out on the end where the name is, you just ease that up. It's more tighter than you think. Ease it up and the battery comes out. So I've got 2 batteries there and I've got a double charger, and apparently this is a much quicker charger than charging it on the machine itself. So I'm going to take the charger out, and there's the charging unit. So let's get both the batteries in there. And we'll get that on charge. To do that, I shall use my EcoFlow pack. There, like that. And we'll plug that in. So that Caleb will be ready for our little adventure, part 2, coming up just after this. Part 2, a German village in Wales. I've been reading a novel by Rhys Dillon in which he says that you can find or catch a glimpse of a German village in a military training area called SENTA, just north of Sennybridge. SENTA standing for Sennybridge training area, and we're going to try and find what he wrote about in his book. Well, we're off on another mini adventure. Not in Gwendolyn, the motorhome, but in Valerie the Volvo. And in the back we have Tilly and Luna, and our pilot today is Mandy.
Good morning.
And we're going to Sennybridge, which is a training area, or it's a little town where there was a training area for the military established during the Second World War. My father was based there for a while, and it's still a training area today. And why are we going there, Mandy?
We're going to look for a bomb site.
A bomb site?
Yeah, it's where the army do a lot of target practice. But don't worry, because I checked the MOD website yesterday, and according to that, there's no firing today. But I'm sure if there is, we'll find out about it sooner rather than later.
Oh, this is it. We've arriving at Sennybridge, and we're going to hit a main road here.
Take the second right onto A4067.
There you are, the little lady in the box told you. And we're going. Oh, we're turning that way, are we? Mm-hmm. Oh, right, okay. I thought we'd turn the other way.
No, this is where Marco's telling us.
Okay, Sennybridge is down here.
Continue on A4067 for 3/4 of a mile.
But this isn't the way that the book said to go. I don't know. Or the way that they went in the novel that I'm reading at the moment. Have to see what comes of this road. And now we're actually entering the village of Sennybridge. Spelt with two N's, although in some places I've seen it spelt with one N.
Take the next right.
This is not the way the book says.
Continue for half a mile.
Oh, it's the livestock show.
Oh. We'll follow this route, obviously, and then if we don't find what we're looking for, we'll have to look up something else. But this is the River Usk. We're just passing over the River Usk. We'll see it down there. Some folk treat these lanes like a racetrack. Now if you Google a German village in Wales, SENTA, you can see pictures of it and you can read all about it. But if you put it into Google Maps, it just comes up as 2 black huts. And I looked at some reviews, and somebody had put, it's nothing, it's just 2 black huts. Actually they were green when we got there. But we kept on driving down the little lanes, beautiful scenery, lovely area in the hills just north of the Brecon Beacons, and on through some nice little hamlets. Interesting looking pub there. It was a very, very nice drive, but we're not in the training area yet, not in the firing range. And finally, we arrived at the firing range, with the red flag flying, but we were told there was no firing today. The area covers 12.5 hectares or 31,000 acres, and it's the third largest training area in the UK. The land was requisitioned in 1939. It had been a mountain community of 52 farms. In it lived more than 200 men, women and children whose ancestors had tended the rugged and remote landscape of mid-Wales for hundreds of years. Yet within the space of a few months, the area was empty. Its voices sound silenced, its homes deserted, and livestock vanished. An army officer had arrived one day in September 1939 after the outbreak of World War II. He came to scout the area, and by that Christmas, each of those Breconshire farms whose names the officer had struggled to pronounce had noticed land on their doormats. They had until the end of April 1940 to be out of their homes, which had been in their families for years and years, because the Ministry of Defence wanted the region's 30,000 acres to serve as a training ground. Locals were told that it was key to the war effort and that they would be compensated for their troubles. Many of them thought they would be able to return, but that was never to be. And there are the two black huts, not what we were looking for. We were looking for something more like that. Well, we've arrived at the point that the sat-nav took us to, which is supposed to be the German village, but it comes up as Black Hut, and there's always there is two sheds. And I read a review somewhere that said it was just two sheds, but somebody else has said you just get a glimpse of the German village. But I can't see any German village around here. Oh, I just stood in some fresh poo. Oh, horrible. I just trod in that. Well, I can't see any sign of any village at all, and we're now in the middle of the firing range. So we'll put Caleb to work and carry on looking.
Well, Michael's off for a walk, followed by Caleb, the camera. Off they go. It looks a bit weird actually. It looks like he's got a gigantic fly following him. Still there, look. Hovering, following. Here they come. Actually, it looks a little bit like a bat from here. But no, it is Caleb. He's coming in for a landing now, look at that. Is it going to be a nice smooth landing? Let's see. Ah, landed.
And this is what Caleb the cameraman saw during that last clip. Well, there was nothing over there, so let's have a look around somewhere else instead. And from the pictures that I'd seen of the village, it looked to me as if it was in a hollow or on the side of the hill somewhere. So we'll go have a look over the brow of that hill there. But no, it wasn't up there. So we'll have to look somewhere else. But hey, it's lunchtime. I think we'd better nip off to Llandovery, or Llandovery, and have some lunch. Well, Llandovery is a very nice little town, market town, in Carmarthenshire, about 27 miles north of Swansea. I've been here a few times, and it's a really, really nice little town. Attractions in the town include the remains of the Norman Llandovery Castle, built in 1110. It was almost immediately captured by the Welsh and changed hands between them and the Normans until the reign of King Edward I of England in the late 13th century. My first association with this town, Llandovery, goes back 77 years when I was 6 years old, and along with my mother we went to join my father, and we sailed on the Llandovery Castle, Union Castle line boat, out from UK to Kenya, Mombasa. And just round the corner you'll see the remains of the castle, right next to the town's main car park. You've got to admit, it doesn't look much like the ship. Well, we came here for lunch, and there's our lunch. 2 sandwiches, a little bit of salad, a little bowl of crisps, an orange and lemonade, and a small beer. £31! We're going to resume our search, but first, just a little look in the town square. It's an interesting place to visit, and there are plenty of other eating places. So, back on the road, and this time we're going to approach the area from the north rather than the south where we came before. Now, I'm not going to include the next few clips because I don't want to get anybody into trouble, but suffice it to say that we met somebody who showed us on Google Maps exactly where the place was, and there was a sign to say out of bounds, authorised personnel only. So I gave us authority and we drove up there, gingerly and wondering when some military policeman was going to jump out of the hedge or the fence or over the fence or somehow or another and stop us. But we had arrived, by the look of it, at the German village. And there's a sign telling you how to check in. And here they call it the Fibua village, fighting in built-up areas. And it was actually built in 1988, or started in 1988, which was before the Berlin Wall came down, and it's based on what an Eastern German village might have looked like. So I'm only assuming that because it was controlled by Russia at that time, they called it the German village. There were people around somewhere because there was a vehicle there, and there were some lights on in one of the buildings, so we didn't go too far, but just had a quiet look around at this mysterious place. And then, when we were driving away from the place, we caught a glimpse of the German village, as had been described in the book. I hope you found that interesting, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. BFN.